This is the moment we're waiting. Okay, been waiting for. We are here to honor one person. We are here to celebrate one person. We are here to celebrate an idea. We're here to celebrate something different in the 24th century, something that most people have thrown away and are celebrating mediocrity. So we are here to celebrate intellectual ability. We are here to celebrate creativity. We are here to support a generation that is going to birth great ideas in this new generation. All right. So once again, I welcome every one of you to the book launch event today. I don't want to mention the title of the book. You are all welcome. Now, quickly, let me. All right. I would. Okay. 1 minute. Okay. So you are all welcome. I can see so many people had already joined us in the house. We can see, um, okay, I'm going to just take it in the order it is here before I hand over properly for the person that will take the welcome address. So, but so far we are just last that proud on time. And quickly, we are going to be moving on to why we are here. We are here to launch a book by our lovely daughter, Annabelle. And before I move on, before we start properly, I mean, it is my honor to welcome some. Course, I'm going to just call her Jasola's mom. I mean, it's a pride to be a mother in this situation now. I mean, if I call Miss Shola Adiola Sojibra, Director of Operations, I mean, that would just be a waste of. I think it's better we just address it straight. This is the mother that is proud today. So, quickly, I believe Miss Shola is still in the house and you can hear me. So I'm going to be passing the microphone to you now as you take the welcome address quickly, and then we move on to what we are here. But before I do that, sorry, I forgot something. I am Olasukomi Okoifa, and I'm going to be the moderator of this program. Interestingly, you're going to stay with me for the next 1 hour, and it will be a wonderful time together. And once again, you are all welcome. I can see more people joining us now. So quickly, Ms. Chola, please, over to you. I pass the microphone to you now, as we say.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. And I'm a proud mother and I'm short of words, actually. However, I have to do this. I have to show up for my girl. I welcome you all to this book launch. It's the first of its kind in my home. And of course, I'm so excited that my daughter is having to do this today, that I was moved to even pray for her that as she's doing this, it will not be her last. So I welcome you all once again to Jasola's book launch. I thank you for sparing this time to share in our joy, because I know how busy everybody can be. So I appreciate you all for creating that time to celebrate me, celebrate my daughter. Thank you as you join us. Thank you as you come along with us. And just sit tight. I'm sure by the time we keep on going and as the events unfold, I believe you find it more interesting. Thank you very much for joining us. Over to
All
you,
right, thank you
Mr.
so much. Yes, thank you so much, proud mother. I mean, you can say that and say that again. Everyone wants to say, hey, over there, that is my child. There was this joke many years ago growing up. A father went with his son to a prize giving ceremony in the school. You know, everybody looks forward to that one anytime it is a third term. And the father sat down with his boy. Let's call the boy, let me see if the name is not here. Hope nobody's here as John Bull. Let's just say the son is John Bull, the popular song John Bull, my son. And then severally, the MC will call the best student and be like, the best student is, let me say, Jasola, for instance. And then the father will turn to the boy and say, see, that one Apikino. And then it will call another person again, best student in this subject is, and the father will turn to the boy, when will they call you? That one Apikino. So they kept on calling names, and then John Bull was never called. Of course, John Bull being used to it anyway. They started trekking home with the father. And on the way, the first car that zoomed, let's say it's Bentley, and the boy tapped the father, that one a pow. And then the next one that zoomed again, let's mention another very exotic car, and then tapped the father again, down on a pow. I mean, you can see now, the father wasn't proud of the son, and the son too wasn't proud of the father. However, that's not the case here now. We have a proud mother here, and we have a proud father equally here too. Congratulations to you. Now, moving on quickly, we just need to give honor to whom is due, and I'm going to be mentioning some two people specifically here, aside the parents of the celebrants. Firstly, here I have Mr. Oladile Akiwande, and personally, I have added to his portfolio. Aside the fact that he is the chief launcher today, I have called him the chairman of this occasion. Okay, so Mr. Oladile, you are welcome. And when it's time to hear from you, we are going to also read a bit of your profile here, and then we'll pass the microphone to you. So we appreciate your coming. Thank you for your time. And moving forward, we also want to recognize someone that is very unique. And when it is time also to pass the microphone to her, we are going to also read her profile, and that is Dr. Rashidat Sadiq. I'm somebody I will really love to know personally. And I need the opportunity, and this is another opportunity now of me to say, okay, I think I need to collect the address now. We are both here um, in the state, in the territory. No, we are not in the state, in the territory. All right, quickly now, the next thing we want to do is to hear from the author, the writer of this wonderful book. And before we do that, I want to just pass a test to everyone. If you are here in the Zoom link, not on Facebook now, and you can hear me, kindly don't look at any other thing now. Quickly, in the first person to type the name of the book we are launching today, we will win a prize. Okay, I got something now. Okay, when it's time, I hope I will not forget, I'll do that shortly. Yeah, sure. All right, so the first person to go into the chat box and type the title of the book we are about to launch will win a prize from me. I'm waiting. A prize from me, and I will tell you the prize as soon as I get the first person. 3, I time it also. 2, and I think from what I can observe here, this program is live on Facebook. If you're on Facebook and you are watching us live, you can. Okay. Oh, Ghostface is there's a competition here. I think the time, let me check the time. Wow, 3 people at the same time. So what am I going to do now? Annabelle's, okay, let me use English to cut off some people. Okay, I'm going to remove one person. I will mention the name now. So 2 people are already, okay, yes, there's another, okay, I don't, no, it's my screen. Wow, okay, what I'm going to do, okay, I will announce the winner later. At this point now, there's a tie. So for the gift I'm going to give you is wow, similar is here now. So I have winners. I have Jasola's dad again, Mr. Rabiu, and then similarly here. Oh, more are coming. All right, so I will come back and announce the winner. But the gift I'm going to give you is my refreshment today. The refreshment that will be served me. So I won't take it. I'll give it to you. So that is my gift. I believe you will appreciate it after this program. So quickly moving on now, we want to invite Jasola, the author of Annabelle's Mysterious Dream. I mean, that's a wonderful title. You know, when Jasola, one of the guests, let me just say it first anyway, before he was introduced to me, came in, I saw the name Ghostface, and suddenly I remember the title of this book, Annabelle's Mysterious Dream. And I was like, wow, I think we have someone here who is going to be reminding us the title of the book as soon as we see the ghost face. All right, I believe Jasola is ready, and she's ready to join me here now. So Jasola, kindly unmute your microphone and join me on the stage, on this virtual stage. You are welcome. So while we are waiting for you to do that, let me read Jasola's profile quickly. I believe I can get it in no time. All right, I'm just going to be reading 1 or 2 paragraphs because of our time. Okay, I guess I can have Jasola microphone unmuted, and I can have spotlight. or let's talk about the spotlight. And then, Jasola, who is this author? Jasola in year 7 at Caleb British on the screen. If you cannot unmute the microphone while I'm doing this, the person in charge of technicals, please, can you kindly present Jasola's picture? Share Jasola's picture on the screen. Thank you. I will give 30 seconds more for that to be done. Going. I would love this. Okay, while I'm waiting for that, let me continue. The author, Annabelle's Mysterious Dream, Jasola Sydney Amudipe. She is a young author who is currently year 7 at Caleb British International School, Lekki campus. Now, how many of us wrote a book at year 7? Oh, I can see Dr. Sadiqna shaking her head that she tried to write one. Interestingly, I wrote while I was in primary 3, and when I told my father that I'm writing a book, he said, "Look, I should narrate the story." And I said there was a girl, and the mother died, and the grandmother died. He said, and what type of story is that one? And that was the end of that book anyway. So, Jasola, thank you for giving us a very good example. Yes, okay, let me continue, please. She discovered her passion for writing at a very young age, and since then, she has been honing her writing skills through constant practice and dedication. I want to believe this is not Jasola's first book. Okay, Jasola has written several books unpublished, but this time around, somebody decided to be intentional, and that was Jasola. I remember, and then she didn't give up. The book must be launched, and I must just be in this fully. All right. So in year 6, Jasola served as a student representative. She is a determined and hardworking student who always pursues. Jasola comes from her mother is an educator who is passionate about her job and has been a source of inspiration and support for Jasola in academic and writing pursuits. Of course, we can see that. As an only daughter, Jasola has been raised with a strong sense of responsibility and independence. She takes pride in her achievement and is always willing to learn and improve herself. Her dedication to her craft has earned her recognition among her peers. Wow. She continues to strive towards excellence in all aspects of life. In her free time, Jasola enjoys reading books, listening to music, I can agree, and then spending time with her family, and including chatting with friends too. Let me add that. She's an inspiration to many, and she is to me today, and her passion for writing and education is sure to take her to great heights in the future. So let's welcome the youngest author that I've ever known, anyway, the youngest author in the house, Jasola. Please use the reaction button and clap and clap and clap and clap. Those who can clap and clap. Just, I don't know whether my camera is still on, but whichever way, you can see me clapping. Dr. Sadiq, thank you. I can see some people. Okay, it will not take lunch if we cannot see you clapping. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. So, Jasola, we've read about you, and I have some questions. Thank you, Uzoma Udema. I can see so many people responding now. So, Jasola, I'm going to be asking you questions, just two questions. And if you answer my question too well, I'm a teacher, I can bring out question from questions. So, can I see you, please? Okay, if you can hear me, talk to me, so I know I can ask my question now. Jasola, good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon, sir.
All right. Okay. Oh, I won't let out the cat out of the dog. We have our secrets, we'll not talk about that one now. So how are you feeling today? That's not part of the question, but how are you feeling today? Okay. Am I the only one that cannot hear her?
Excited.
Oh, really? But show it on your face. Come on. The camera is just obvious on you. Oh, my baby is shy. All right, quickly, Jasola. Okay, I'm going to take it easy on you. Don't worry. Just calm down. Oh, she's excited. It's okay. Just calm down, baby. Okay. You see, let me tell you a story, Jasola. I was I think it was age 8 for me, when my father came back from work. I started that story earlier, and I was asked to, okay, my father will always flog you if you were caught not reading your book. Of course, I don't, mommy and daddy doesn't, I do not do that to you today. All right, so that was the case with me. And when I wrote this funny book, should I tell you the language? Can you guess the language that I used in writing the book? My first book that I never published. Can you guess the language? Just guess, just give me a guess. I speak several languages. So guess one. English, Hausa, Yoruba, French, Igbo, Spanish, Mandarin. Igbo, right? Do I look like an Igbo man? All right. Unfortunately, I wrote my first book in Yoruba language. And that was the end of that book when my elder brother came back from work and he was like, you Boyimboni, can't you speak English? And unfortunately, I could not speak English at that age. And here you are today, you're an inspiration to me. I couldn't speak English at your age. I couldn't even write. I mean, when I read the first book, I asked your mom that, it's not true. Who wrote this? And so we are proud of you. So tell us, why did you write the book? Jasola, what inspired you to write Annabelle's Mysterious Dream?
What is that we should learn how to value God, family, and friends.
Wow, wow, wow. That's fantastic. So you wanted people to know how to value God, how to value family, how to value their friends. Oh, fantastic, fantastic. I mean, by now I shouldn't be reminding us to put our hands together, both in the chat, reactions, and everywhere. I think we should have that quickly now. Okay, please let's put our hands together for her. I can see that in reaction already. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, so I'm not going to ask my next question, or should I? Okay, let me just ask you one question. If there's one lesson you want your reader to pick, if there's a message that you want them to go away with, it's a form of takeaway from your book, what lesson do you want them to learn?
That the key to our future, which God has given us, is in our hearts, and that God wants us to use it wisely.
Wow, fantastic, fantastic. The key to our future is in our hands, and God wants us to use it wisely. Wisely. Wow, wow, wow. I know my age now, and I am wondering if at this your own age, I could even not just speak the English now, but articulate words and put my thoughts together around things like this. Jasola, we are all proud of you here today. Okay. And thank you for being an inspiration to us. Thank you so much. Yeah. So quickly moving on now, I want to invite well articulated, I must tell you, wisdom. I mean, nothing best, well articulated. I mean, the key to, I need to write that one down. The key to our future. I still have some years ahead of me, so I still have some future. I'm not an old man yet anyway. So I can take that and then be more intentional with my life. So it's time for me to welcome the book reviewer. I mean, this is a very powerful educator, not just in the FCT here, also in Nigeria and across the border. Now, interestingly, I got to know her in two ways. Somebody invited her to a program a week before I was invited to the same program. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Jami. Mr. Jami is saying, Jasola, we are proud of you. Wisdom has said very well articulated. So going back to the reviewer now. So, and then the person told me, don't you know Dr. Rashida Sadiq? I said, well, okay, I saw her on your platform. I mean, not while I was still trying to like, okay, who is Dr. Rashida Sadiq? I got a message from someone from Canada that took on me, pick this and this from this person. And I quickly put a call through. Thank God I never got the book anyway. So interesting. That means it will be an opportunity for me to now look for you. So while we're still like, okay, who will be a reviewer of this book? And then Miss Shola was just like, so Dr. Rashida. I mean, there was a way she called the name, and I was like, no, I think Dr. S. He said, yes. I said, I know her. I sincerely, she's the right person for this, and then that's it. So Dr. Rashida, we are welcome, and we are really privileged. We are proud of you. thank you for what you are doing in the education space. We've had a few things about you. I'll come closer to also know more. And then we are glad to have you to encourage our daughter here. So I'm going to be passing over the microphone to you now as you do the review of this wonderful book. You are welcome, ma'am.
Thank you very much, sir.
I'm going to interrupt.
Go ahead, ma'am.
I'm going to interrupt. So, Dr. Rashida, thank you very much once again. I mean, I just sent you a message, come and review my daughter's book. And I think I was able to do that because I told Mr. Okwefa that you are my friend. I was so happy to identify with you. I was even proud. See the way my shoulders were high. Say, you don't know, she's my friend. Are we not friends? We are friends. Okay, so thank you. You can go on. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. I am so excited to be here, and I know that Jasola is also excited. I saw her bright smile just before we started, before the emotions came all crushing down. And I feel you, I understand you, and I'm just totally proud of you because at your age, I never thought of authoring a book. But I think since I finished university, I wanted to author a book. And I didn't do that until last year, so almost 20 years later. So you have done something great to be able to achieve that feat at this time, so congratulations. I want to start by saying that I was really impressed reading the book. The cover, the layout, even the name, just like Mr. Okwefa said, is a really interesting title. You get to start thinking about what a dream is, how powerful dreams can be. Dreams are said to be part of revelation. And we know people that are, we know of Joseph and his dreams. It's just a powerful topic. Let me start from there. I hope we can all hear. Can I have a thumbs up if you can hear me, please?
Perfectly, we can hear you.
Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead with the review. Thank you for sharing the slides. Can we go straight to the third slide? So the second slide just has a picture of the book. Like I said, I love the title, and the graphic there is also an interesting one because we know it's not a daydream. We know that she's sleeping while she has this dream. So I just want to talk about some features of the book, things that I noticed while reading the book. Sometimes I'm going to sound like a teacher, but I tried not to sound too much like a teacher when I was putting this together. The book is really excellent for a wide range of ages of children and adults because we learn so much. You can see how well she was able to articulate the message that she wanted to pass across through this book. And like Mr. Okwefa said, if you're not dead, the message is still very useful to you. So even for the younger audiences that may not be able to read the book themselves, we as parents and caregivers can read the book to them and they will understand the concepts. It also has a lot of moral lessons that can be the basis for a lot of discussion at home and in school. So around social studies, around emotional learning, around growth, personal growth, spiritual growth. There's so much packed into the book. It's not a big book. It's an easy read, so nobody should be afraid. But on every page, you're actually able to pick something that you can use. And the style of the book is really nice. The words, very, very powerful, very vivid. Just like Mr. Okwefa said, on first read, you'll be wondering, are you sure this was written by someone in year 7? But then when you know her teacher, when you know the caliber of schools that she's been to, when you know the child, I mean, just meeting her today and listening to her, then you know that this is just her work, pure and true. Very powerful vocabulary. She used a lot of very effective adjectives and adverbs to really let us feel the story, to feel like the character. And there are a few illustrations, not too many, but they are very relevant and they don't take away from the story at all. And I'm not sure, maybe Jasola can tell us later, but it looks like something she did herself. I saw that some of the illustrations probably from Canva or from other places, but it just shows that the entire book was a product of this young girl. She didn't need to go to pay too many professionals to get her dream done, and it was really effective. There was also, this is where my teacher voice came in. I do teach English and I have to give my respect to Mr. Okwefa because he's my senior in that regard. But I had to have a look at the sentence structure, the layout, the paragraphing. Everything was perfect in a way that it flowed and you were able to really see the sequence and it was quite coherent. yes, you will still see that it's a child, but you would not, it doesn't take anything away. It's like, maybe she wouldn't write as good as an English teacher, but it's very good for her age and for any age of a Nigerian, to be truthful. Please, can I have the next slide? Here's my tech support. Can I have the next slide, please? All right, thank you so much. So here I also want to talk a little bit about the plot without giving it away. Everybody must buy the book and read it. You are learning a lot. You're supporting the young author. I can see a hand up. I'm not sure what's happening there, but you're very welcome, Oluwasewa. Maybe when I'm done, if you have one or two things to add to it, you're very welcome too. So the story's protagonist is a young girl, and the setting of the story is half at home and half at school. And it's something that we can all relate to. And I love the beauty of the book. I was trying to make out, okay, is it set in Nigeria? Is it set in the US? Is it set in Dubai, the UK? It's not specifically said, but it could be anywhere. It could be any home in a city in any country of the world. And it's relatable to everybody and anybody, no matter your tribe, no matter your religion even. And even though there are aspects of spirituality in it, it does reach out to everybody that believes in a higher being, no matter what religion that you profess. So in the story, the young girl Annabelle faces a lot of challenges, and she's able to overcome those challenges through her own sense of spirituality. She reached out and reached deep within herself. And then at a point when she couldn't do it alone, she was able to get the support of her friends and her family. So I really need you to read this book, and we're going to get those messages that she said. Family and friends, they are key parts of our lives. I was able to pick 4 major themes in the story, and I think almost everything has been mentioned. I mean, she as an author was able to also give us some good moral lessons towards the conclusion of the book for those of us that may not even be able to see it so explicitly. So the book, like I said, has a spiritual element. You can see that she's very close to God. And right from the very first page, she approaches the first problem that she encounters by really using her faith to stay strong. And for those of us, anyone that doesn't have faith, I pity such a person, because life has its ups and downs. You're always going to come upon problems. And if you don't have a strong faith, you're going to keep moving from place to place, because you're going to keep asking different people, and they're going to be taking you to different places, and you're going to end up falling into error and sin if you're not careful. You're not going to have any values to stand by. So here she was really able to draw the character, was able to draw into her faith, and she was able to overcome her fear. Another thing very clear from the story was that Annabelle was an independent individual. She had this problem. She didn't let it weigh her down too much, even though she was afraid. And that concept of fear is the single most important thing in human life. There's no one here that can say they're not afraid. Someone says that bravery or courage is not the absence of fear, but it's the ability to overcome that fear, to face that fear and to plod forward. So yes, she was afraid, but she didn't break down. She didn't deep within herself. She started to pray. Then she was able to strengthen herself and strengthen her resolve. She was very independent. And later on in the story, when she had to seek the help of some of her friends, they also showed a high level of maturity. And that brings me to the next theme. If I can have the next slide, please. The theme of relationships. Now, relationships here has nothing to do with boyfriend, girlfriend, or husband, or wife. For some of us, when we hear relationships, that's where our mind goes to. But relationship is social. How do we relate with those that we live with? How do we relate with those in the wider society? In this book, the author was able to show us a beautiful relationship of the protagonist with her brother. They were very close. And if you have children or if you have siblings, this is not always the case. And I'm hoping that Jasola and her brother are actually that close in real life. I see that the character of the brother in the book actually bears the same name as her brother. And I was very, very happy when I read that. It just shows that it's part of her life actually coming out into the book. I'm sorry, can I have slide 7 or slide 6? Sorry, slide 6. So, but I'm going to go ahead. It's just basically a brief of what I'm saying. The character, the main character, was able to build a very strong bond with her brother. When she was afraid of going to school for the first time, it was her brother that was able to calm her mind, allay her fears. Later on, when she got into trouble, her friends were able to rally around her. They didn't run away from her. And when you read the book, what happened to her was really scary. I don't want to give anything away, but it's enough to make a lot of people run away and isolate you and start to carry rumors and gossip about an individual. But her friends didn't do that. They went to seek help. They went to get her brother. And when her brother came, he also went to get help. He went to get someone that he felt could handle it. And that person was able to solve the issue for them. So this is just showing us the beauty of family, like she said, the beauty of friendships, healthy friendships. And I love this in this book because this is a day and age where I work in a school. You see children pranking each other with mean pranks, like physically dangerous pranks, and you call yourself friend. I don't get it. Why would a friend do something that can injure you? Why would a friend spread horrible rumors? Why would a friend tease you and tell you they're joking, but they're actually bullying you emotionally? They're blackmailing you emotionally, or they're making you a social outcast for reasons best known to them. But in this book, we saw what true friendship can actually be. They didn't run away from her. And even as adults, some of us are saddled with the issue of finding the right friend. So I'm happy that in this book, she was able to find the right friend. She was, and it's a lot, it's not stated in the book, but finding the right circle of friends means that you know your values, means that you don't bow in to peer pressure. But I really love that theme that I saw in the book. And the very final thing that I was able to bring out of the book, and I think she said it, that quote, I need Mr. Okwepa to probably repeat it at the end of my speech now, was the concept of personal growth. It was really a key takeaway for me, and I believe it would be for anyone that reads the book. And it's never too late. I wrote a book, I'm not going to say my age, but at this age, last year, it was my first book, but I was so proud of it. The Yoruba will say, when you wake up, that's your morning. That was my morning. What I'm saying through that is that personal growth can start at any time, but you need to have a growth mindset. You need to believe in yourself. Like she said, you need to believe that it's in your own hands. You take charge. And that was also shown in this book. She put it, yes, the key to our future is in our hands. Thank you, Mr. Kinwande, for sharing that quote. She said it so well. And I saw that in the book. You know, the character was able to portray that. And the beauty of books is that it may not be written in those exact words, but if you know the way words work, if you reflect, I read the book twice, and each time I read it, I saw a new message. I'm sure if I read it the third time, I'm going to see something. She saw that she wasn't really up to task, so she took steps to actually find out, okay, what are the gaps? What can I do to make myself better, to make myself good enough? And she took those steps, she organized her friends, and at the end of the day, they did excellently well. They were able to grow the concept of personal growth. So all in all, I want to appeal to everyone. If you have not bought the book, I'm sure they're going to be telling us a launching price and then a sales price. Please get your own copy, read it, internalize it, share it with everyone that you know that will benefit from it. If you're a teacher, buy for your students. If you're a family person, share with your family members, and you will not regret it. Jasola, I am so proud of you, and I look forward to reading your next book. Thank you, everyone.
Wow, wow, Dr. Rashidat. I mean, thank you so much. That was exhausting. That was deep equally. I mean, I started asking myself, I think we didn't really know how that was deep. I think I got it. You read it first, you read it second, and you third one. I think I'll make back to back. Wow. I mean, that was exhaustive. Please, I believe you will share the slide with some of us because we need to do some literary analysis on this more. And from what you just analyzed now, I wish this book can just be recommended for students, also for pupils in school, for them to go through. It has the plus structure, it has some preoccupation. Everything is just there. So you gave me an assignment. Several things I would love to say, but because of time I won't. But the assignment you gave me that I should repeat something after your presentation, and I am repeating it now. The key to our future is in our hands. The key to our future is in our hands. That is our take home today. Please always tell everybody it is not in the hands of those political leaders. Don't stop fighting for them. It is not in the hands of your father, your mother, your friends. It starts from you first, just like Annabelle. Annabelle internalized her problem. She knew who to share it with. She knew when to approach God. She knew when to approach her brother. And then they all came together and then they solved the problem. And at the end of the day, we are all happy. Thank you so much, Dr. Dick, for what you did today for a wonderful job. Thank you so much. So we quickly want to move on to the launching of the book. But before we invite the chief launcher and then every other person that will support him in launching today, can we have Jasola read just a paragraph for us in the book? It has been analyzed now. Then we are going to launch in. So let's just enjoy a little, just one paragraph. Okay. So, and then I think she's set now. Or, oh, she's speaking. Oh, can you imagine technology? She's speaking from a tablet. During our own time. All right, Jasola, you are smiling. So unmute the microphone and let's hear you.
Pastor Adeleke also recommended that she fast for a few days to strengthen her spiritual connection. Annabelle agreed and began her fast, which led to a vision. She saw the same man from her dreams, but this time was holding a key. The man spoke to her and said, "The key to your future is in your hands. Use it wisely." Annabelle shared her vision with Samuel and Pastor Adeleke, and they interpreted it as a sign that she had a special purpose and destiny. They encouraged her to continue seeking guidance from God and to use the key wisely.
Wow, fantastic. Somebody should just give us a round of applause there. I believe you can hear me. Am I still audible?
Are you here?
Hello, can you still hear me, please?
Yes, we can. You're welcome back.
Okay, so sorry. Yeah, I lost my network on my computer, so I quickly connected my phone while I'm working on that. Jasola, thank you so much. That's wonderful. I heard that again. I heard that again. The key. Okay. All right. The key to our future is in our hands. I heard that again and again. All right, quickly now, because of our time, I want to invite someone special into. Okay, I think I'm back on my computer now. Just give me 30 seconds.
Recording in progress.
All right, so I think I'm back. I'm better here. Please, can someone quickly help me confirm if I am fully here? All right, thank you so much. So we want to quickly invite the chief launcher now. I haven't heard from the author again, and she has read her favorite part. And interestingly, I think we are now on the same path now. Yes, the key to our future is in our hand. I mean, that statement kept on coming. So I want to invite Mr. Oladele Akinwande. I won't be mincing words if I say Mr. Oladele is Jasola's father. Okay, he is the head of credit admin and documentation at Keystone Bank. He's also a risk specialist. He is a chartered banker and a chartered accountant. So it's a privilege to have you in the house as the chairman of this occasion and at the same time the chief launcher. You are welcome. Please, audience, kindly make welcome Mr. Akiwande Oladele. You can unmute your microphone, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Okwefa. I hope we can all hear me. Thank
Perfectly,
you so
sir.
very much. Yeah, thank you. This is the day the Lord has made, and we're rejoicing and we're glad in it. My job here is very simple. I've been tasked with the job to launch the book. So I smile when they use the word chief launcher, but I would rather prefer that I will be a co-launcher because I will need everybody's support to do that assignment. Like you said, I've known Jasola now for years, and this is personally, it's a very commendable feat. For me, if I can recollect, the only book I've ever authored was my project in the university. So you know that writing a book is not a mean feat, and it's worthy of emulation. So having said that much, I look at the word chief launcher and I'm wondering, okay, so as a chief launcher, what do you do? Do you set the bar so high? Or do you set the bar so low? Or you just pick a middle space so that people are free to launch more than you and it will not be so far away that people cannot move close to you. So having been a chartered accountant like this, having done some analysis, I came to a midpoint. So I'll be launching I'll be launching Annabelle's Mysterious Dream by Jasola Sydney Amudipe with a small token of 50,000. Thank you very much.
Wow, that's great. Thank you so much. Please, we would prefer to have not this slide. Please, let's have the slide of launching, the previous one. I'm not a banker, but when you start seeing account number, you know what it means. So stop scaring me. So let's have the launching. That's where we are. When we get to payment, we'll get there. Please, whoever is in, thank you for the arrow pointing. It is launching o'clock, okay? And we are launching Annabelle's Mysterious Book. Thank you so much, Chief Launcher. Of course, I love what you said there, that his responsibility is to take a middle, is I think a middle midfield player in all those footballers. So he had already taken one. So that means behind us, we still have players. Ahead of us, we have players. So somebody else can do more than 50. Somebody else can do, I know, did I say less than, I never said less than 50, but you understand. So he said middle. So we can still pass the ball to the next person. All right, so at this point now, thank you so much. He has done a very fantastic job there. These bankers don't talk too much. That's my challenge with them. You see, we as English teachers, we have been talking since morning. Yeah, just one sentence now. We are done with his responsibilities there. So quickly, we have so many people in the house. We have about 16 of us. Okay, so I'm going to be asking for support now for Mr. Dele Akiwande because he actually said so too. So we are going to do it like this. First person to unmute his microphone, okay, and then you also give us, after that, we'll now share the account number, then we'll declare how much the book will be sold in the market. Currently, the book is on the proper links where we can download them. So who is unmuting microphone? As I'm talking, you can unmute your microphone now and interrupt me. So I'm just doing my job of the next stage is entertaining. So let's go on. Okay, it's on sale. Thank you. The book is on sale currently. So who is unmuting the microphone? Who is willing? Or else I'll start calling them one by, okay, no problem. I know how to do that one. I want to start calling names now one by one. Anybody now, anybody, parents, friends, and family. We are talking about lesson from God, lesson from parents, lesson from friends. So everybody, Jasola's dad, the door is open. Jasola's mom, the door is open. I mean, the floor is open. I can see Mrs. Fasami. I call everybody's name earlier. I can see Flourish. I can see Jamil. I can see Josephine. I can see Junaid. Okay, interestingly, may I quickly say it here that Jasola is not just here alone. She also invited her friends from school, and I believe I must have mentioned some of their names. Okay, so everybody here, the floor is open. Let's launch the book. Thank you, Chief Launcher, once again. Okay, maybe there's a message for me in the chat box. Some people like to do things discreetly or secretly. I'm trying to access. Whoever can access the message for me can kindly let me know what I have in the chat box. So I don't have anything in the chat box. I thought I saw something there. All right, because of our time, so we are calling on people to join us in launching. I can see my good friend, Mr. Jamil. So I decided to call you now. Mr. Jamil, you are welcome. Launch our book. You are Jasola's dad.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's my boss. Please
Thank you, Mr. Kwefa.
welcome him properly for me.
Thank you, Omo Jasola, for giving us this inspiration. Thank you to everyone who has made it possible for all of us to witness the success of our young daughter who is making history. We are going to be hearing from you in the future, our newest Wole Soyinka, Chimamanda Adichie, and so much more to come from you. Whatever we are contributing now is just an inspiration, and we hope that it will contribute to a lot of inspiration for you to do more. So I'll be committing a sum of 5,000 naira, and I pray that God bless the little contribution. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, boss. Thank you so much. Okay, I believe somebody's writing it down. Please kindly write. We are going to share the account details where the book, the money should be paid. Okay, moving on now. We are still launching. We are still launching. We are still launching. Somebody is already controlling my computer here. I can see Arrow controlling my computer. All right, so moving on quickly because of our time, we are meeting by 12:50. I'm going to call for vote of thanks so that we can move on. But don't wait that 12:50 before you unmute your microphone. So let me look for another name to call, or you want to drop it as a message. All right, go ahead, please.
Hello.
Hello, Josephine Adeniji.
Good afternoon. This is Dr. Mrs. Josephine Adeniji.
You're welcome.
Jasola's mom's cousin. In fact, when I saw this, I was blown off. I was really, really excited, and I pray for you, Jasola, that God will increase your wisdom. He will increase your understanding in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
This is just the beginning of great things. It will not be the end. God will take you to greater heights. I'll do a launching of the book for the sum of 10,000 naira. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Josephine Adeniji. Please forgive my manners. I was just calling names as it is in front of me here. Wow, thank you so much. You said you are Jasola's mom's cousin. I mean, we are all Jasola's fathers and mothers. Yeah, thank you, ma. We appreciate you. Okay, moving on quickly. All right.
She's my
Okay.
cousin, but it's not out of place for me to call her my mom. Thank you very much.
Oh.
I really do appreciate it. Thank you, ma. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, mommy. You know, you see, I like Africa, especially Yoruba culture for one thing. While we're in secondary school, anyone that is older than you at that level, you call the person mommy. I mean, you say mommy, mommy. I mean, I enjoyed it. I called daddy, daddy. It was one day that I called somebody from another tribe daddy, and the person looked at me like, "Did you lose your father?" As in, you know. But that's Yoruba thing for us. We enjoyed it. Thank you so much, ma. We appreciate your support. So moving on now, it's somewhat difficult for me to call names because we are everything together here, you know. So it's difficult for me to call names. So because of time, I believe launching continues. In case you still want to launch, you can kindly reach out to Ms. Shola. Okay, send your message to her. And in the chat box, if you check now, the account details has been shared with us. Somebody's already launching. I can see in the chat box, I can see €5. If I can see clearly, I will launch the book with €5. I want to be sure that, okay, thank you. I can see from Fasami, okay, Mrs. Fasami, I will launch the book with €5. Wow, thank you so much. I'm trying to do calculation in my head now. May God forgive my mouth.
Pounds. Calculate
Is
well.
that pounds? Sorry, please, Bushman. Sorry, other than dollar, we don't do anything. Pounds. Oh, pounds is higher than euro, right? Wow, fantastic. May God forgive my math teacher in school. My head cannot even calculate this in very fast. Okay, let's say it's 1,000. Wow, that's a big amount. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Moving on, the chat box is still open. I'm encouraged to still continue to talk. You see, something encourages musicians to keep on singing. The same thing to happen to MCs. Something encourages us to keep on talking. So we still have the floor open as we are going to round off now. So it is my okay, so continue now. We quickly want to call on Jasola's elder brother. I think somewhere there I read it that the only sibling. I think I read something like that somewhere, that the only sibling. So here now we're going to be recognizing him. I mean, this is a guy that gave the support. I think I was privileged to, to see some of the things he also did too. I won't be surprised if he was the one that did all these drawings and computer graphics here now. I won't be surprised by the time we hear that. So we have a fine boy in the house, almost a fine boy. Yeah, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Here now we have Timileyin Silas Samudipe, who will be giving us votes of thanks as we round off this launching event. So let's welcome the proud elder brother. I mean, I can just imagine me. Of course, I have a younger sister anyway, and then how I will be very protective of this beautiful girl now. So Timileyin, you are welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of my younger sister and our family, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to all of you who have joined us today for the launching of my sister's book. I would like to express sincere gratitude to all of you who have joined us today for the virtual book launch. It is a joyous occasion for us to celebrate the